This year's World Series, like last year's, will be so competitive. You have to be competitive from day one. With the quality of competition, we really have to be on our mark going forward and build from that.
Dubai is our first stop, and I think for us it's really important that we go out there in the first game. And for us, we've always talked about a fast start. Whether that's the first game or the first minute of every single one, that's kind of where we can set the tone for the rest of the season, but also the rest of the tournament.
Because GB7s is such a high output sport, the GPS data is critical in terms of management of the players and getting them into the right places. Our awareness of where that is absolutely critical to helping the athletes be the best they can.
Again, learning from ActiveOps, that it's not about the data, it's being smart with the data. It's making sure that the data we collect is good, it's clean.
For us, data is crucial in terms of meters, high-speed meters, all that stuff, and managing players through the series. It's a game that requires great robustness, so data is definitely pivotal in amongst that.
With data as well is you can then see how much you've actually trained. So whether that tailors how much you then need to recover, or even how much calories you need to come in, or whether then that tailors your food as well. I think it's so important just to have an idea of where you are, but also in the season that's going to change dramatically.
So knowing the vulnerabilities of the opposition, statistically where they're vulnerable, and knowing our strengths statistically allows us to make more informed decisions. And that's at its simplest level. You can then boil that down to every facet of the game, to individual players, to opposition, to ourselves as well.
And I think the more data you have, the more you can understand athletes and kind of how much training they can actually take. And also how far you can kind of push the athletes, and you look at the game and what the demands are, and then we try and replicate that in training and try and actually train at the high demand of what the competition is. So hopefully when we step out in competition, it feels like a breeze because we've been training 10 times harder, because we know exactly what the game demands out of us as individuals but also as a team.
So our focus really is that review, plan and do. We know that the first battle plan will never last the engagement. It will always be stressed and tested. And with that we think, okay, let's stay agile, let's stay mobile, let's use smart data to find out what we have done, review that data, review what we've done well, and try and improve it going forward.